All right, guys, we're picking up where we left off yesterday, and we're going to continue on with slope-intercept form, and we're going to be working with some more linear functions, okay? So an extension of the kind of practice we were doing yesterday, finding the slope from 2 points of a linear function. Let's get one more practice, and you should be able to do this. If you want to pause the video now and follow along in your notes, this is that last example. It says, given the 2 points on the line, that go through 1, 3, and 3, 7. What is the slope of the line? So go ahead and find that for me now. And if you remember, slope, or the variable m, is the change in the y's, or what we call the rise, over the change in the x's. That's the difference. That is the subtraction over the run. So we're going to subtract the two y values, and that's 7 minus 3. And then in that same direction, I did 7 minus 3. So I'm going to have to do 3 minus 1 for the change in the x's, or what we call delta x. And 7 minus 3 is 4. 3 minus 1 is 2, and the ratio of 4 over 2 just comes to 2. So my slope for this particular function, which I don't know much about, but if there's a line that runs through these 2 points, the slope has to be 2. All right, so let's think about this problem a little further. What don't we know about this line? Well, we don't know what the x-intercept is. We don't know what the y-intercept is. We don't actually know even a full equation for the line because I don't know that y-intercept. So let's continue on. Let's see what else we can find out about this. Now, given 2 points on a line, 1, 3, and 3, 7, we've determined that the slope is positive 2. We can now find the y-intercept to write an equation for a line, okay? So, any line equation in slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m represents what? Hopefully you're thinking the slope, Mr. Cummings. And b represents what? Hopefully you're thinking the y-intercept, or where the equation starts on the y-axis. Okay, so if you have two ordered pairs, this is what this little note says down here, and this might be small on your paper, so just bear with that. If you have two ordered pairs, an ordered pair is an x and a y. That's a sample input long paired with a sample output. So for example, 1, 3 and or 3, 7, if I put in 3, I got out 7. So that's an example of an input paired with an output. From those pieces of information, we can solve for the missing variable, which will therefore be b. Okay, here's that example. So if you have 1, 3, and 3, 7, we've determined that the slope is 2. And where does that go? Well, slope is m. So maybe I should get out my red pen here. Red pen. And make that red. And that's going there for m. Oops, right there. It's going there for m. Okay. Well, how does that help us? Well, I should go ahead and plug that in. So my equation will be y, the output, equals 2x plus b. Okay. Now I'm trying to solve for b. I don't know what b is. B is, once again, the y-intercept of this linear function. So what I can do is I'm going to just take the very first point that I see, 1, 3, and I'm going to put the x value in for x and the y value in for y. So I say 3 equals 2 times 1 plus whatever the heck b was. Okay, let's figure out what the heck b was. Let's go ahead and solve. 3 equals 2 times 1 plus b. Well, simplify. 2 times 1, I hope you're thinking already. Well, Mr. Cummings, 2 times 1 is 2. Plus b, this is a 5th grade equation. Subtract your 2 from both sides, and 1 equals b. Okay, so if I have a slope of 2, and a y-intercept of 1, what is your equation? Go ahead, fill out the equation. Hopefully you're able to connect all the dots. And once again, that starts into y equals mx plus b again, which is called slope-intercept form, because what two things do you need? You need the slope, you need the y-intercept. So we've just found both of those. The slope was 2, and the y-intercept was 1. Now let's see if that works for both of our points. Remember, our points were 1, 3, and 3, 7. Let's check it out. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Checks out for that one. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. It checks out for that one as well. All right, and that'll do it for that particular example right there.